Dr. Freddy Matiang'i is almost finished. Dr. Freddy Matiang'i is almost finished. I'm going to show you in this video here how Dr. Freddy Matiang'i has almost been finished. But before I take you through, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, please make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Now, in the Kenyan politics, you cannot always sit back, feel that you're so good, and that you're going to be given the chance by someone else, particularly on political seats. It's not going to work. In the Kenya we live right now, you go grab whatever you want and take it. Matiang'i was appointed to be a cabinet secretary under Uhuru Kenyatta's time, and he did very well. He did tremendous. Was the super cabinet secretary under Uhuru Kenyatta's regime. Now, from there, I feel like he's a favorite of Uhuru Kenyatta. And ever since William Ruto took power, Matiang'i has not been in the country. For someone who is interested in the Kenyan politics, who wants to be president in this country, you must be present with the people. You must be present. You must be present with the people. And probably I feel strongly that Matiang'i feels that he's not ready. Because up to now, if he's yet to come out, familiarize himself with the people, then probably something's not right with him. Now, you know, Matiang'i, he has the name that can really propel him going forward. But he's expected to be the people and connect with the people of Pokot who don't know him. People inside there like Marsabit, people don't know him. But instead he has chosen to keep quiet and leave the people of Kenya like that. Names are coming up. Some of these names, of course, they are huge names like Okiya Mtata. But Matiang'i has, they are on the ground, but Matiang'i has kept off completely. Now, I want to look at how Matiang'i's plan was. And this cannot be disputed by anybody. Considering the Gusii community, which can just give 1 million votes, probably if people register more, we can give even 2 million or 3. Assuming that things remain the way they were in 2022, we come up with maybe 2 million votes. Or no, 1 million votes of Gusii people alone. Because we have to have a starting base. And then we have a starting base now. For that would be the first group of votes, or maybe some first batch of votes that we go to Dr. Freddy Matiang'i. Secondly, Dr. Freddy Matiang'i, because of his closeness with Uhuru Kenyatta and some other Kikuyu leaders, he felt like, and also the demand that is coming across the country, he felt like Kikuyu people will endorse him. Will endorse him automatically when it comes to politics. Now, as we speak today, Uhuru Kenyatta has joined William Ruto. Joining William Ruto, that means that the person who was supposed to endorse Matiang'i has joined William Ruto. And William Ruto, when you join him, there are two things he talks about. First is 2027, then others. So in 2027, William Ruto has to take care of Matiang'i, because if Matiang'i comes on board, he'll comfortably take so many votes and probably might even beat him in 2027. So having Uhuru Kenyatta on board has fixed things for Freddy Matiang'i. Giving Rigathi Gachagua the powers to deal with the mountain has also fixed Rigathi Gachagua. What do I mean by this? So Uhuru Kenyatta, if he goes with Ruto and have a deal, definitely will support Ruto in 2027, or he will keep quiet. Avoid the common politics completely. You'll just keep quiet. You won't say anything. And then Matiang'i, who was supposed to be endorsed by Uhuru Kenyatta, which was what William Ruto was targeting, will be left alone to fight for the kuras. And Matiang'i is not a politician as such. He's a technocrat. So this puts Matiang'i in a strange position, because he's now supposed to fight for himself from scratch, and he has wasted how many years? 2. So Matiang'i has to come to people like us now. We start from the ground afresh and campaign seriously to the people of the entire country. Now, because already when Uhuru Kenyatta joins William Ruto, probably they won't allow him to vie. And if Matiang'i will maintain his closeness to Uhuru Kenyatta, probably will advise him to take some seats in Ruto's government and then work. As a result, we will be able to see that Matiang'i, his ambitions have been cut off by Uhuru Kenyatta himself. They have been cut off completely. So therefore, he's fixed as we speak. He's almost completely finished. Now, what does he have to do to deal with Uhuru Kenyatta? He has to come back to Kenya, disconnect himself from Uhuru Kenyatta, start campaigning in the country, reach out to people to give him money so that he can prepare himself for the campaign in 2027. That will start actually in 2025, half of it as we go forward. So it's ideal if you have Matiang'i come back to the country as soon as possible and engage just like any other politician in this country. He needs to come back to the country and look for friends, because one thing that we have to know, that when a member of parliament is vying in a certain part of this country and is vying under Matiang'i's name, this person brings some number of votes to Matiang'i. But if you want to be a president and you don't have politicians around you, don't have cabinet secretaries, leave alone cabinet secretaries, you don't have MCAs, you don't have senators, you don't have members of parliament, MPs, it will be difficult for you to go and vie and get votes in Mashinani. Very difficult. That is why you have to go with the strategy of having other people vying under your name, particularly even the party at the grassroots. You need your party to be very popular in the country. You're going to win votes, win seats in various parts of the country, so that at least in the National Assembly you have the majority or almost the majority. So therefore, it's ideal Matiang'i comes back to the country, because the Kenyan politics, it's not such easy. So Uhuru Kenyatta might prevent him, or at some point he can also decide to break from Uhuru Kenyatta and then progress to vie by himself. Now, also, if possible that Uhuru Kenyatta did not have a deal with William Ruto about 2027, it's also likely that now Uhuru Kenyatta can definitely decide again to support him, and that will be a good thing. But we don't know whether it will be accepted after having joined hands with William Ruto, because the mountain, when I was doing some polls online, I saw the mountain people saying they don't listen to Uhuru Kenyatta. Right now they have Rigathi Gachagua and they want a good leader. So therefore, probably Uhuru might not have the influence that he had before. Despite having that he messed up, he warned people, they didn't listen. The fact remains that he cannot take people to Ruto. That one we know very well. Now, another thing I want to say is this. Rigathi Gachagua, now after Uhuru Kenyatta has joined hands, Rigathi Gachagua will emerge. One of the people that Rigathi Gachagua does not like completely is Matiang'i. We have to accept that, because these are the people who were there when in charge when he was being arrested, his money being taken and stuff. So therefore, it is very clear that it's not easy for these two people to sit together and discuss. Particularly politics, of course, so long as interest merge, they can talk. But the type of leader Matiang'i is, the type of person Rigathi Gachagua is, it will be very difficult for him to get votes from Mount Kenya without, definitely to be difficult, because we know very well Matiang'i is not such a politician. And Rigathi Gachagua is a grassroots mobilizer. This person will make things hard for Matiang'i to get votes from there. Very hard. So therefore, that's what, and actually I've done a video saying on why people feel that fear Rigathi Gachagua when it comes to negotiations. So it is crystal clear that Dr. Fred Matiang'i, for him to succeed, he has to come early enough, get friends. Even if it's Mount Kenya, he gets there, he becomes the first person to bring someone on board. For instance, if Rigathi Gachagua wants, because if he's impeached, he's not going to vie. But if Matiang'i picks a running mate from there early enough, like in Ndindi Nyoro, probably the country will shift fast and will have people actually supporting them. So by the time Rigathi Gachagua anashtuka, he'll definitely have to abide by what is already in place, because he's already an impeached person. Now, you all know that Rigathi Gachagua can beat any other person when it comes to grassroots mobilization. So they can share with Matiang'i and even have Pastor Dorcas supported to do something in this country. Because I have done a video telling you guys, Pastor Dorcas is headed to politics. She's headed to become a politician in this country, particularly either the governor of Nyeri or occupy a very huge seat in the coming government, particularly if Rigathi Gachagua will have a say. I don't know what you are taking about this, but I feel that strongly that Matiang'i should come to the ground, or else his ambitions to become the president of this country will be completely shattered by these other greedy politicians that we have, who have already started putting coalitions and formations for 2027. I don't know what's your take. Let me see the comment section. My name is Abel Mekua. See you next time for more videos.